there. I think you can hear me. I think you can. If not, I'm sure someone will let me know. Okay, let's do this. Let's answer some questions. Amelia says, when are you getting your Ewoks Duo cameo on the channel? Probably in Halloween. Amelia, both of my little Ewoks got into cocoa packets today, and they had cocoa all over them because they were rolling around in it. So my little Ewoks are mischievous. Marcus wants to ask, what if Revan did not defeat the Emperor back in the Old Republic, and would Star Wars have even have happened? Yeah, I mean, there's tens of thousands of years since then, Marcus. I'm sure someone else would have come around and, you know, defeated the Emperor again. You know, it's always good versus evil, right? A lot of time in between could have happened there. John says, looks like you and I are in the battle for who can go the longest without getting their hair cut during the pandemic. This is me out of spite, man. I want to go back to work. I want to go back and work in my office again. I'm not allowed to for a very long time, I'm told. So until that day, I even told my boss, I said, until that day, I don't cut my hair. I'll be honest. I'm annoyed with my hair right now. I am annoyed because especially I got that Mississippi boy hair and it curls up here and there, and I look like a crazy guy when I'm pushing the girls around in the afternoon. It can be hot, super hot up in my head now because there's a lot more hair up there. So, but no, man, in protest of having to work from home, keep it like this until I go back to work. Hopefully sooner rather than later, but who knows, right? The way things are going. Michael asked a few questions. What are the differences between Jedi Apprentice and Dark Apprentice trilogy? I don't know, 2 different books, I guess. What do you like most about reading the Clone Wars? Oh, yeah, I like reading books. Even though in the Clone Wars era, there were a lot of good comic books. That's a hard one. That's actually pretty good, though, too. Yeah, I think comic books would have been better in the Clone Wars era than the books. Because the only Clone Wars novels I really enjoyed were MedStar. Good-looking naked Star Wars character you like, Chewie. Let's see. You want to see The Force Unleashed 3? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to see that. I hate that the story went unfinished. Which racing game do I like the most? Well, the only one I had was that pod racing game, so I guess I have to pick that one. What kind of game day show would you want to do with Mass Expanded Universe? I don't know. I've always thought about doing a baseball a long time ago. In fact, Dylan knows this. We were going to do a baseball podcast, and didn't happen. I was hoping to do it this year because the thing was, after our Final Four, whatever, I was going to ask Dylan if he wanted to get on and start doing a baseball podcast with me because I just wanted to do baseball. But then, of course, the pandemic happened, and then baseball never came about. Still hadn't come about. It's supposed to come about this end of this month, right? About time, but it's a little too late for baseball. And I'm very disappointed with baseball this year. It's my favorite sport, and I'm very disappointed with Major League Baseball. They missed a lot of good chances there. John says, better watch out. I, Jedi is a lot of people's favorite book. Yeah, it's everyone's favorite book but mine, John. So I'm glad everyone enjoyed those guys, even though they made no sense whatsoever. Jim Pat, do you think we should have seen more of the Brotherhood of Darkness and Lord Khan? I mean, no, we didn't have to. I'll be honest, I would have loved to have seen more of him. I don't think we had to, but I would like to see more about Lord Khan. I would know more about him and the Brotherhood of Darkness. Edward, hi Matt, did you watch Hamilton on Disney Plus yet? If so, what'd you think about it? Did it live up to the hype? Also, has your mind changed? My mind has not changed on deactivate. I'm deactivating Disney Plus. Hamilton is a fun show. Not very historically accurate, but it's a fun show. It's a fun show. The King is just, he's fantastic. The King steals the show, man. He absolutely steals the show. But let's see. How would you rate the 3 errors in Return of the Jedi? Which was the best and which is the weakest? says Billy Fighter. New Republic, New Jedi Order, or Legacy. Come on, man. I love all three of those. I'm guessing you mean the Legacy comic books. I'm going to say that you do, Billy Fighter. And if I had to, maybe put that. I love all of these. So Legacy, New Republic, and the New Jedi Order would be probably the best, I guess. But I love all three of those eras. Hey, Vinny. Vinny, you had a heckler on your channel. Vinny, there's two things you can do. A, you can just ignore them, or B, just block them. You know, I mean, do what you do. But remember, you're having fun. You got a great channel. That's all that matters. You know, I get tons of people hate me on my channel. And most of the time, well, you know, I just usually let it go. Billy Fighter, there was no Team Matt on iJedi. What a Jedi Acolyte? You asked this question and Relic answered for me. He's correct. It would be Tremors. You see, John knows me, man. He knows me. Do you have a favorite non-Sith or Jedi Force out there? Do you wish it was fleshed out more in the yes, for Ewoks? We never can learn more about Ewoks. I gotta have more Ewok stuff. So yeah. Uh-oh. Siberian Dream. Here we go. Questions. Babylon 5. How long has it been since I watched Babylon 5? I would say about 8 or 9 years. I watched it very early when me and the missus were married, so it may have been 10. It has been a while. It's been over it's been a decade probably. I swear, I want to watch it again. It's just going to be a while. Stargate, I just recently watched, like a year ago or something. Not even a year ago, I think. What do I think of Rodney McKay? He's a fantastic character. Honestly, I mean, I know why people love Atlantis. I know why it's their favorite. And I mean, I agree. Atlantis is really good. I just love SG-1 better. But Rodney McKay, great character, who started in SG-1. And he wasn't supposed to be a regular character, right? They just loved him on SG-1. They decided to make him, give him his own character on Atlantis. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's how it went. All right, best SG character run for president. Okay, it's got to be Jack O'Neill, right? I know you said he's that's too easy a pick, but it's got to be Jack O'Neill because his whole life has been spent, you know, giving it to the man, and now he's the man. To quote Stargate. Let's see. Ooh, what would you prefer, the BC-303 Prometheus or the BC-304 Daedalus? Come on, man, Prometheus, I guess. That's a hard one, though. That's a hard one. Could a Legends Star Destroyer take out Atlantis in its prime? No. The only thing that could take out Atlantis in its prime is the Death Star. Atlantis in its prime was, I mean, its prime was almost indestructible. Thoughts on the final episode of Mayborn's character arc? I love Mayborn. Yeah, he's a slime ball, but he gets better, like you said. He's just a really good character. So absolutely love it. Now I think you had some other ones in here. Yes, you did. Rumors are going. Let me see. We hear rumors that they're going to just dump the sequels in Legends and use the veil. What if this were? Oh my gosh, you have a long. I'm sorry, I never saw these, Siberian. I don't believe. I don't believe they're gonna reboot the sequels. If y'all don't, Ryan did a great video on this, and I was happy to see it because I was like, yeah, don't believe those rumors. Which do you think is the best generation for Star Wars fans to be fans? I don't know. Any generation is going to be fun. Any generation is going to be fun. Gen X, you got to see, if you were Gen X, you got to see most, if not all, the originals in movie theaters. So Gen X got something special there. Gen Y, if I'm not mistaken, Gen Y got to see the prequels as kids in movie theaters. And millennials get what they have now. So I don't know. I don't know. It's based on that's based on people's experience. You know, obviously I'm going to say Gen X, but I don't believe that's true. I think anyone, any generation can have a great time enjoying Star Wars. I mean, Gen Y, the prequels came out. They had a lot of stuff going on. Millennials had the new movies coming out. They have a lot going on. Gen Xers had the very first wave when Star Wars was big. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's an easy it's easily debatable, but I don't think there's a true answer. I would just say Gen X because they got to experience it for the first time, and they got to see Star Wars was never bigger than it was when it first came out. Yeah, I don't think it was ever bigger. It's been big several times, but I don't know if it's ever been bigger. Do you think EU fans are a bit more insulated than most casual fans? I tell you what, EU fans, it's funny because EU fans, they can appreciate Star Wars a lot more. It's almost like, and people say, well, EU fans, they act like they know everything now. Well, I mean, yeah, because we were told, it's like, you know, our best friend was telling us behind the scenes stuff of what happened with our favorite characters and why things were going on. And that's fun. And we love to hear more of the stories that we, you know, from the movies that we love. So I think EU fans can enjoy Star Wars a lot more. I think there's a lot of good books and comic books that EU fans got to read and be a part of. And I think it does give them a certain enhanced enjoyment of the movies, I think. Do you think EU fans are radically misunderstood? Absolutely. Like Lucasfilm has no idea what the EU fan wants. They have no idea. They think if they keep ripping off stories from the EU, that'll make us happy. Even that's not the thing that can make us happy is honestly something very simple. Don't take your stuff. Don't take the EU and put it in your movies. Just give out more books within the EU. I don't even want TV shows or movies with legends. I don't. I just want the books to continue. And they should. They should. Do I have a problem with George Lucas? I mean, yeah, I don't think, I mean, he's the reason we have the EU, and I appreciate that, but he shouldn't have directed the prequels. He should have let someone else take over, like Steven Spielberg, Ron Howard. I can't remember who the other third person was rumored to do the first. Well, George was rumored to do the first movie and then pass it off to Ron and Steven Spielberg. I think if he would have done that, we would have had a better trilogy. Because George is great with ideas, great with creativity, and he's terrible at directing. Just ask Harrison Ford or Jake Lloyd if he's out of jail. Star Trek. Who's your favorite? Kirk. I had to stop at Kirk because Kirk is the right answer. Yours is Cisco. Cisco would actually be my number 2. It's gonna make a lot of people upset. Star Trek. My Star Trek friends are gonna be mad because Picard is not number 1. He's number 3 out of those. Kirk is the best by far, but Cisco is phenomenal. I absolutely love Cisco. Absolutely. And season 1, Cisco doesn't really have a personality, but that's not his fault. It's just season 1. He's getting used to it. But afterwards, man, Cisco's just a great, great captain. Favorite Star Trek movie? Wrath of Khan. You got it right. That's the only one you should pick. What do I think of Jadzia Dax? Love Jadzia Dax. Love that character. And you're right. This is before the wham and you got to make the woman strong. And Jadzia was already strong, and she was a great character. Great character. Absolutely phenomenal. When I say Star Trek Enterprise is better than Voyager, am I meaning the 3rd or 4th seasons? No, I'm meaning the whole thing. If it hadn't been for the hologram doctor, Voyager would have sucked completely. You take all of Voyager's episodes with the hologram doctor, and you have a fantastic season. Okay? Any hologram doctor story with Voyager is anything else is garbage. It's garbage. Voyager was garbage. And besides the hologram doctor. But Star Trek Enterprise, like I said, I recently watched those again about 2 years ago, I think. It's fantastic. I love Enterprise. If I had Q go visit another universe, where would he go? Quantum Leap. Talk to Sam Beckett. How do you feel knowing the next few months you'll have wrapped up the expanded universe? What do I plan to do after that? I don't know. We'll see. Some people want me to go through the RPGs and maybe do some top fives, top 10, something like that. Josh says, do you read hardcovers or with the dust jacket on or off? Off. I'm reading Dune, The Machine Crusade right now, again, rereading it, and I always take the dust jacket off. What's the most expensive Star Wars book or comic book you bought? I mean, I bought them, Josh, I bought them all when they came out back in the day. So I never really had to buy anything secondhand, or not that many things secondhand. Most expensive, I really don't have one. I'm trying to think because I don't have to. Thankfully, all the stuff that I don't have left is like children's books or something little. I know. I paid for some Scholastic books that were exclusive to school libraries. I paid $50 for all four. So what's that? 4 children's books. That's what, $15 roughly? I don't know. $12.50 roughly for a book, children's book. That's not a bad price when you break it down that way. But I know there are only 4 of them, and I paid $50 for all 4. So it's like $12.50 a book. Maybe that's it. Out of the books and comic books and TV shows, what do you think handled the relationship with Obi-Wan and Anakin best? Yeah, I'd say the 2003 Clone Wars did a fantastic job. That part where they're in the rain and they're just sitting there and like, I don't know, like Anakin goes, and ends the war ends the battle just like that, but they're sitting in the bunker and it's raining and it's muddy. That right there sums up their friendship and relationship more than anything Filoni's Clone Wars did. All right, got through all those. Let's see if I have anyone. Holy cow. There's a lot of people on here. Hi. You can hear me. Thank you. Why'd I do what to you? I had this planned. I'm going to have Luke Skywalker. Yeah, for real, right? I'm going to go up to Tashi Station for some power converters. Try to get something to... What do you buy a Wookiee for Christmas when he owns a comb? Hello, Scott. Y'all are about to do a live stream. Okay, that's fine. I announced this live stream. See, Jeremy, if you watched my monthly update, I announced this stream 4 days ago. What did I think of Memory of Light? Well, we're going to find out, Bruce. What's my favorite part of iJedi? The end. The end, when it just ended and it was no more. Are there any issues with later books, Legacy of the Force and Fate of the Jedi? Frick, I'll talk about the writing issues. Not really. But I'm looking forward to review them. Sports YouTube channels are a joke, except for Sports Wars. Sports Wars, man. That's where it's at. I'm telling you what. Have I read Chronicles of the Shadow War trilogy? Oh yeah, it's awful. It's awful. Awful. No, he did not. He did not take it to this. Joe did not put that in the EU timeline. Those are awful. Those Willow books are just terrible. Do I play MLB The Show? No, but I hear it's fantastic. I don't play video games, Scott, but if I could, I might play the show. Where's my big gulp? I've already done my water for the day. And I guess I should say, This is day 39 of my 30-day diet. I said I'd go a bonus 10 days. I've lost pretty much all the weight I need. So tomorrow may be the last day, even though I have plenty of protein bars and chicken left over. And I think I just looked at it. I think I have like five bonus days worth. So why not go for 5 more days? I really don't need to. So I don't know. After tomorrow, I'm gonna have to decide if I want to get off the diet. But see, if I do, I got that big bag of chicken, man. I got that big bag of chicken. I got tons of protein. You're like, well, Matt, you can still eat protein and chicken, and yeah, but when you're off the diet, you're like, oh, I want to get something different than chicken. I don't know. But I may stay on it, but if I do, it's only gonna be for 5 more days. I've lost the weight I need to. I've lost the weight I need to. But tomorrow is day 10 of my bonus 10 days of my 30-day diet. I've never been on it this long. Never been on it this. It's only been 30 days, but I said, you know what? I can stand to lose a little bit more, and I did. Although I will be honest, I am getting tired of eggs. I've had eggs every day for 39 days. I'm out of eggs now. Tomorrow I will not have eggs. But I was getting kind of tired of it. Like if I had eggs left over, I'd eat one more thing of eggs. I'm thinking, I had eggs for 39 straight days. It's time to get something different. And chicken I've had for a while. Did I have chicken today? Yes, I did. I'm gonna have chicken tomorrow. I'm gonna chicken lots of chicken tomorrow. But I don't mind. I don't mind. The chicken's gonna be all right. I answered that question, Wolfgang, didn't I? Yeah, so we'll do something. We'll keep it fun. Like I said, people want me to do the RPG, but those aren't going to be as exciting. And then I'll do top fives, top tens. That'll be fun. There'll be other stuff. But to be honest, in my um on my lost my train of thought there. Oh no, on my monthly update, I forgot a few things. I'm gonna be doing this longer than January because I forgot there's the legacy comic books and stuff like that. So it may be March, April. I don't really know, and that's the thing. Sometimes I can just group a bunch of these together, and sometimes I can't. I got to talk about each individual one. So I'm not going to rush through them, but it'll end early next year, I think. You're a Crystal Star defender. I love that, Billy Fighter. I love that you love Crystal Star. So does Geeks Addict. He loves Crystal Star. You guys crack me up. Yes, Aaron, it was the Star Wars Legacy comic books were. Oh, I just finished Star Wars Legacy Volume 1. Is Volume 2 any good? Yeah, I'd read them all. They're fun. And they did give it an ending. It just wasn't ideal. It was the best they could do. Wow. You like Akana from the Black Fleet Crisis books. Scott, that is so interesting. Wow. Does anyone else like that? Do you like Scott? Let me ask you this: do you like her better than Mara Jade? I'm just interested. No, I like Callistia better than Akana, but that's interesting. That is interesting. Hello, Cody. I'm doing fine. Yeah, they're not going to dump the sequels. Is Gen Y and Millennial the same? It is after Gen X. Is it a Millennial? I don't know. I'm asking. I thought Millennials were 2000, and Gen X stopped in 19 anyone born after 1984 or something. So I think there is a generation in between the two. Right? I don't know. Like I'm on the tail end of Gen Xers. Like me and my brother. I don't even think my third brother is a Gen Xer. He could be. He could be. Have I seen Seven Samurai? No, I haven't. Dylan, anything after the Throne trilogy? If you like it, I'd go through the entire Bantam era. I'd go after that. I'd go to Trusa Bakura, and then just read all the way straight through. That if it was me, if you're asking me, that's awesome. Please let me know what you thought about the Thrawn trilogy when you're done. Which emperor is better, Palpatine versus Valkorion? I guess Palpatine. Dadgummit. Wait, where was it? Where did? I know. I know. What is this? Oh. Artie McFly. Which Star Wars actor would you love to sit with and have a genuine conversation with? I am familiar with Darth Angelus's. Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I am familiar with it. A lot of people talk to me about it. I should check it out. Artie, that's a great question. I'm looking around my room. Ooh. I don't know. I like to sit down with Mark Hamill. I would. I'd like to sit down with him and just chat with him about how he feels, how he really feels about the sequel trilogy. He doesn't know much about the EU, I don't think, even though he did a commercial for the EU once. But I'd like to ask him, I said, now, what do you think about this type of Luke? And maybe show him the EU Luke and see what he says. I think that'd be interesting. That's a good question. Thank you, Artie. Oh, Jamie, what's up? Jamie, I got Kohika yesterday. So I'm going to be playing it hopefully soon. I loved your review. Did you see I gave you I put a comment in there. I saw it the moment it came out. Yeah, I thought you did a great job. Great job. I mean, I just can't wait. Like mine came in yesterday and I spent all day today putting stickers on it and got the printers out from the Ogonek, the expansion, which is basically just an envelope. It was really weird. And then the player's deck, which is just a pack of cards. Guy from Poland, of course, gave it to me. But oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. That was a good review, by the way. Do you think Luke and Kirkana should have actually gotten a face-off? No, I don't think Luke and Kirkana needed to. For Crimson Empire 3, I don't think we needed that. I know why you say that, because of course he thinks that Luke killed the Emperor, and that's, you know, what he should be seeing. But at this point, they try to make Kirk Kanos the you know, hero, and fighting Luke Skywalker. I don't think they were. Randy Stradley had no interest in having that happen. I think he wanted you to love Kirk Kanos. It might have been a smart move. Are the Star Trek books canon to that universe? No, they aren't. Whoa. $400 for a hardcover New Joe order? Yikes. The Scholastic School Series. Is that what? No, 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 no. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the, hold on. Hold on just a minute. I'm talking about this Star Wars Junior. I'm talking about those. Those were the ones I paid a lot for. Let me see. Here's another one. Gungan Trouble. Dang, there may just have been 3 or something. But I remember I paid a lot for those. I paid a lot for those. Those are the Star Wars Junior ones. Those are the ones I paid the most for. Vinny, the family's doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ah, Billy, you're on book 2. Book 2 of Wheel of Time is really good. The Great Hunt. That's a good one. It's a self-contained story, but it's actually really good. We're on Memory of Light. Bruce just finished it. We're going to do the review. That's going to post in August. And then next month, instead of just me, I'm going to be joined by Bruce and Stephen, who are both suffering from COVID right now. That's not funny, but it is. We've been talking about it on here. They're sick individuals, let me tell you. No, they're doing fine. They just they were joking because they've lost. I guess it takes away your taste and smell. I didn't know this, but there's a lot of people here who have it right now, and but my cousin doesn't. He came in negative. I came in negative too, but I was talking to my cousin today. I said, it's just you and me now, right? Everyone else has it. He goes, oh, I know. But anyway, Bruce and Steven are yucking it up together. So I'm trying to think what. But so, but they'll be good by next month, and next month we'll be doing a live Q&A together with them. Steven said the only thing he can taste is liquor, so he's okay. And Bruce said he can taste liquor, pickles, and bacon, so he's okay. And I was like, well, I can taste everything, but I can't have bacon. That's not part of my diet. So I don't know if that's worse. But they're all doing well, by the way. They're all doing well. I lost my voice last week. I had a sore throat, which turned to congestion. So, but don't worry. I don't have it. Not yet, at least. I think we're all going to get COVID eventually, right? I don't know. How do I like my eggs? Usually scrambled, Rom. That's how I do it. I'll lose weight if. Hey, John. I'll lose weight if I get a haircut. I know that, brother. I know that. Whoa. Have I considered going bald, shaving it all off? Dang, after this, maybe. I'm telling you what, I've never had it. It's been a long time. Can y'all See, it's been a long time since I've had it this long. In fact, I think the only time I had it this long was back in 2005 when I was growing it out. And it grew out. This is probably 2004 and everything. And it grew out to where eventually by 2005 it was down to here. Really ugly. Really ugly. Ryan surprised that someone likes Black Fleet Crisis. Ryan, you're such a hater. Cody gets it right. Almost done with iJedi. Corn Horn kind of feels like a know-it-all. Don't you agree, Matt? Absolutely. Oh, thank you again, Artie, for the super chat. You know, I keep forgetting to turn the stupid things off every month. I forget it, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, Rob, it's 81 to 96. Okay, thank you. I knew somewhere early 90s. I knew that me and my brother were Gen X, but my brother who was born in 83, I didn't think he was. So that's probably it. That's the millennial age. Okay. Didn't know that. Uh-oh, am I gonna lose? What's my opinion on Star Wars Starfighter? The game, Rocky? I never played it. I never played it. If you're talking about the comic book series based off of the Starfighter, I actually like that. Thought the comic book series was pretty fun. Am I coming down with COVID? Not yet. Not yet. Nearly finished with Crown of Swords, huh, Heimbergler? Good. That's going to be. Oh, you're about to go into the slog there, Hamburglar. Stay vigilant, my friend. The next 4 books are going to be awful, but push through, and then when you get to Brandon Sanderson, it'll be worth it. Artie says there's another YouTube channel, animated fan series, Dark Empire. I've heard, yeah, it's called Wilkins Animations. Are you serious? I've never heard of that. Is it me? Am I doing it? I don't know. I'll check that one out. It's cool that people do stuff like that, by the way. So cool. Wow, Scott, you prefer Akana. That is great. That is great. I've never heard that before. That's great. The video game. Yeah, Rocky. I never played the video game. Rocky, I don't play that. It's weird. As big a Star Wars fan I was, I never really played that many Star Wars video games. I played like a handful of them. It's weird, isn't it? Same thing with board games. I love board games, but I didn't play that many Star Wars board games because, you know, I put my hat on. My hair is just everywhere. Look at that. Ugh. Ugh. Tuck it, tuck it, tuck it. I can't look at my hair anymore. All right. What kind of candy do I like? A bowl of Chuckles Minis? I don't know what Chuckles Minis are. What kind of candy do I like? Raisinets. Love a Heath bar. Twix is okay. Zeros. And I hate white chocolate, but I love a zero. Isn't that weird? I hate white chocolate, but zeros I love. Dare I find a copy of Lost City of the Jedi? Lost City of the Jedi. I already have that. I already have that book. I wasn't looking for one. Do I love board games? Come on, get out of here. Get out of here, Vinny. All right, cool, cool, Christopher. Christopher's doing a fanfic, Star Wars fanfic. Yeah, go for it. Should be fun. Oh yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Luke and Mara J. By the way, let me make sure I clarify that. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with the two of them. I was just a Callistia fan, so I just loved Callistia and Luke, and I felt like, yeah, don't do the Mara Jade, Luke. That's too obvious. But Luke and Mara Jade got married. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Oh, Rocky, absolutely. MedStar is definitely underrated. MedStar is I underrated MedStar when I read it or saw it for the first time. um, I was like, man, battle surgeons and the Clone Wars, boo. And it was fantastic. That's why I do believe it's my favorite Clone Wars novel. That duology is great. Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? I know, yeah, because the person who died, right? It's great though. It is great. I love it. A different look, different take on the war. No, I don't remember Tycho Star Wars racetrack, Benny. That's interesting. Yeah, Artie, I don't know if we ever would have seen. Let's say Legends doesn't get, discontinued. Let's say that it kept going. George still owned the company and it kept going. We still wouldn't Luke would still be alive today. I just don't think we were ever going to see that. That's interesting, small time. I think MedStar was supposed to be like MASH in a way. I don't remember, but I seem to remember reading something about that. I'm not sure though. How about the clones? How do I feel about the clones' brain chips in Clone Wars? I mean, I guess something has to explain why they do that. Couldn't it be programmed in their DNA though? How do we have a chip the whole time and no one knows? I don't know. I agree, Scott. I think it should have been someone different. I mean, it was obvious everyone wanted Mara Jade and Luke, and I think they tried to put in Callistia, but the fans weren't having it because they wanted Mara Jade and Luke. So they gave the fans what they wanted. I can't argue with that. Yeah, I read Super Shadow Steve's. They're really not that good. They're really not that good. But I read those just like everyone else did back in the day. It's kind of funny though. His episode 9 ending, I heard, is very similar to episode 9, if I remember right, about everyone coming back or something in the end. Man, Obi Wang. Any thoughts about Lucas's original sequel trilogy about the Wheels, Journey of the Wheels? We don't know that much about it. I would have liked to have known more. Droids is hokey, but it's C canon. It's C canon. Yeah, Chris, the sequels are not being erased. You're correct. That's just a baseless rumor. What's my least favorite era in the EU? Clone Wars, to be honest. Clone Wars, just because it has way too much in it. I have seen the 1978 Duel of the Death Star racetrack. I have seen that, Vinny. Exalt, you hate the art style with Dark Empire. I used to, but then a buddy of mine who's a talented artist told me something, and he's right. That artist is called Cam Kennedy. No one has ever drawn or will draw like Cam Kennedy. He has a special, unique art style that you can always notice. And in a world of copycats or people who say, you know what, this guy reminds me of Jim Lee or a Scott Campbell or Michael Turner. They keep saying, okay, this guy is kind of like a this. A Greg Capullo is like a Todd McFarlane. Who's like a Cam Kennedy? No one. And I've come to appreciate it. Dawn of the Jedi is in its own era. That, the novel and the comic books is all that was, and they were supposed to elaborate more on it. Like John Ostrander's comic books seemed to be going in a positive direction, but from what we got, it just wasn't good enough. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the Droids TV show, but I'd watch it again. I think it'd be fun. It was made for kids, though. Do I collect any Star Wars figures? No. I mean, I have a few. I have a Revan. I don't have a Jaina. I never could find a Jaina. That bugs me. I sat and waited too late, but I don't want to pay outrageous prices online. But I don't get that many figures, no. Man, Chris, I'm not thinking about updating my EU comic books with Epic Collections. However, I think they're nice. And Christopher, if you have a Ollie's outlet store, go buy it. Everyone go buy Ollie's. If you know what Ollie's is, they are selling. I mean, first off, all the new canon stuff is slashed half off, but they're selling some of those Marvel hardbacks for like $15. The Marvel Legends hardbacks. I almost bought a few. But that's a great deal, those hardback collections. So, Christopher, if you have a Ollie's, you may want to go check that out. It's a great deal. Do I think the new Sith era should be expanded from the Bane books and Knight Errant? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd love to see more stories like that. Karpyshyn said he'd even love to do more Bane stuff. Come on, Dawn of the Jedi Epic Collection. Woo! Chris, you may be the only one asking for that, brother. Not a fan of the cartoon. I mean, the Ewoks cartoon XL, it was made for kids. It's not that good, but I just have good memories of it because I grew up watching it. Oh, how do I spell the name of that store? Hold on. Ollie's. There, I put it in the type. Ollies. If you have one in your area, check it out. Like I said, I shot that picture to Jeremy and Chris Nelson. I was like, check this out. $15 hardback wrapped. It's one of the legends. It was the one. The UK stuff, the hard to find UK stuff. That omnibus. And then there was another one. I can't remember what the other one was. It was like, oh my gosh. The rest of it was the new canon stuff, which I didn't care about. But the other stuff was like, that's not bad. Lost Valley of Dinosaurs is gonna be fun with or without the curry there, Vinny. Crack me up. Christopher, you live in Arizona? Really? Shut up. Hey, Christopher, guess what? There's a good chance that I actually have been to your town because back in the day I was all over Arizona. I mean, from Yuma to Flagstaff or even higher, wherever up where the Grand Canyon was. I've gone through just about every city in that town, except for one place I was supposed to visit, Jerome. I never visited Jerome, but I went just about everywhere in Phoenix and Tucson. Been to Yuma, see my good buddy in Yuma. All those little places in between. Bixby. I went to Truth or Consequences. No, that's New Mexico. I went to what's the place? The OK Corral. I went down there. That was fun. I've been all through Arizona, Chris. Phoenix is actually pretty fun. I'm probably coming back next year too. Oh, you got some epic collections at Books A Million, huh? Pretty cool. For $10, that's a great deal. That's a great deal, man. Oh, Dave Dorman. Already Dave Dorman's cover for Dark Empire. So nice. Do I buy my books online or well, Cody, remember I bought mine when they came out, so it was at a store. Online wasn't a big deal back then. And even when they came out, I'd go by the bookstore and buy them. I used to go by Walden Books was my place, man. Walden Books. Loved it. And then after that, I guess Books A Million. No, there used to be a place in West Monroe, and they had books, and it was a local bookstore, and I always gave them my business. They were good people too. What? Waffle Bird, you got 88 EU books for 20 bucks. That's awesome. That's awesome. Brian asked if I reread my garbage called I Jedi. No. Wait, but you think Brian won the debate? You need to go back and watch that. That was great. I'm glad that Brian and Seth could come in there and, you know, speak lunacy and get accepted by everyone. Oh gosh, 75 miles away from you, Scott. I'm so sorry that Ollie's is that far. Now I can't promise it's at every Ollie's. I just know at mine they're there. Man, everyone wants a Tales of the Jedi omnibus. Everyone. I feel bad those are hard to get. What? Hold on. Oh my goodness. You get 12 Legends books for 60 Canadian dollars at one bookstore. Awesome. Hey, Dark Phoenix. What restaurant? What type of restaurant? Man, Brian, Walden Books was great, wasn't it? I used to know all those people there. They were awesome. That's one bookstore that I miss. Gosh, stores that I wish were still around. TGNY, and Walden Books. I can't think of any other two. Would it be a good idea to read the Thrawn trilogy and go straight into your order? I mean, You can. Me personally, I'd like you to read the Bantam series first, just because you'll get a lot more in New Year Order. But it's up to you. It's up to you. Vinny, you lived in Phoenix for a while, huh? Yeah, it's fun. Oh, come on, garbage. Long books, man. Those were the days, weren't they? Is there a place you can go on? Any place you can go online and read them? Um, for the Galaxy Fair, I don't know, but Billy Fighter, I saw the entire Galaxy of Fear series complete, paperback, for like $20. And I didn't buy it, or $15. I should have bought it. I was like, I already have that. I don't need it, and I've regretted ever since. It was at a antique store in like Vicksburg or something. It's not there anymore. I already went by. I tried to go by a few years later and I couldn't find it. But I regret now. I will pick up stuff like that because I know there's other people looking for it. And I've given a lot of those books away, but yeah, those are hard to find. I hate that those children books are hard to find though. Oh, Dawn of the Jedi is coming out December 8th. Wow, that's great. Everyone wants a copy of Hard Jedi too. I know. John, if I had an extra one, I'd give it to you, brother. You know I would. What's a book I didn't like but initially grew on me later? Don't know if I really have one. But when I reread everything, I'm going to make notes and see if I like books better. Oh, you work at Cracker Barrel? Oh, Dark Phoenix, the missus would be your best friend. She loves Cracker Barrel. That's honestly one of her favorite places to eat. She loves Cracker Barrel. You were in Florida, Brian? I collect mainly hardbacks. I've always gotten hardbacks if I can. Oh, you got to. Okay, you got them. I should have known, John. Of course you got them. Woo, $1,500 on new computer parts. Hey, hey, maybe I need to come over to Cracker Barrel with you there. Rob, that's a great question. The missus loves both. She loves the food at Cracker Barrel and she loves shopping. She loves the little shop at Cracker Barrel. She does not mind if we wait a moment to get seated because she wants to do some shopping first. If we got seated too fast, we have to, when we leave, she has to shop before we leave because they set us too fast. She loves both of them. Whatever, Brian. Whatever, Brian. Oh, good night, Stephen. What's your favorite comic book Star Wars series? Of the ones I've reviewed, probably Dark Empire. I don't know. That's a tough one. Tales of the Jedi is really good. Really good. Even the updated ending, Redemption, which I was totally against, was fantastic. Eric, are the encyclopedias worth reading? I mean, getting, or can I just use Wikipedia? Probably Wikipedia. I still have my dictionaries. So probably Wikipedia. I don't. If you can get them for cheap, then get the. I don't know. I'm not getting rid of mine. So I thought about it. I said, what if someone offered to buy those encyclopedias from me? I would not give them up. That's weird. But yeah, I think you should just go for Wikipedia. Whoops. Do you like Clone Wars books or comic books better? I think I answered this one. So comic books probably when it goes to Clone Wars. If you were asked by Lucasfilm to write a novel for Legends, yeah, of course I would. It'd be awesome. They're never going to do it, but that'd be awesome. I don't know if the Disney canon stuff will have epic collections. I guess eventually they would. Texas does. Texas has a lot of used bookstores. Y'all have half price books, which is another one of my wife's favorite places to go. She always has to go, Billy Fighter, to a half price books. What's the rarest piece of EU material to collect? Dig Magazine 2, Lost City of Tatooine. See if you can find this. You'll have one of the few copies out there. Secondhand bookstores are always great. Oh, come on. I remember Camelback, Vinny. So I kind of remember where that is. It's been a while since I've been to Phoenix, so it's been like 3 years. No, I don't have I haven't watched Samurai Jack. I know I should. I know I should. Shame on me. Yeah, I see, Brian. I'm the same way. I love having the encyclopedias. I love having them. But can I justify someone paying for? I mean, if they get the encyclopedias for cheap, they should get the encyclopedias. I just love them. Of course, I like to have a book on my hands. Yeah, you go to half price books regularly. The missus would too. You know what, Scott? I never read the Decide Your Destiny Clone Wars. That's Choose Your Own Adventure. Wasn't my cup of tea. Any chance I'll look into Chaos Rising? No. Sorry. Dawn of the Jedi Epic is called Tales of the Jedi? Really? That's weird. Starting bid, $500. Do I hear $500? Rob already got offered $500 for it, and I said no. I'm never selling that one. That's one of the rarest things to find, though. It's because it's a children's archaeological book magazine. They didn't go that many issues, and the second one is the only one that had a Star Wars short story. I mean, how rare is that? People didn't keep these issues. Kids just threw them away, especially this one in such a good condition. So, I mean, this is probably sitting in someone's attic or something because their kid got it a long time ago. The thing is, they don't realize that it's worth tons of money to the right collector. Is it worth $500? No. I wouldn't pay $500. Of course, I wouldn't sell it for $500 either. Most expensive board game you bought and enjoyed? Brian, is it Queen's Gambit? How much did I pay for that one? $250? $250, right? That's tied, but that was a Kickstarter, and that was more than one game. So I think Queen's Gambit. Queen's Gambit was great, still great. If you want a copy, I know there's a copy in Phoenix you can get your hands on. Ooh, describe my ideal alien species. An Ewok. I don't know. My all-time favorite Infinities book? Don't have one. What's the worst board game you've ever played? Oh gosh. Brian also knows that. Shadows over Camelot. They think I'm making fun of that game, but I really do hate it. I despise that game. That game punches you in the teeth. Even when you can't do everything. And it just penalizes you for the one thing you can't do. Because every round you have to skip something, and it just penalizes you for not doing that. Like, I can't be everywhere. Absolutely hate that game. Board games of the EU. It's apples and oranges. Apples and oranges. Would I rather read or play board games? I don't know. I mean, if it's by myself, I'm going to read. If it's with people, I'm going to play board games. You know, like I love reading, obviously. Did you hate it too, Brian? I hated it. I hated Shadows of the Camelot. If they were to write, if Star Wars were to write one more EU book, what era would I want it in? After Crucible. I want to see what happens next. Billy Fighter, have a good night. I'm going to end it in just a minute. Oh, Alan Moore's UK comic books are very strange. I agree. Bernardo with all his board games, sitting on a mountain of unplayed board games, wants me to feel sorry for him. Not going to happen. I hear the video games do tie to the Republic. Dadgummit. With the Republic Commando books. I wouldn't play them just because I just don't. I'd rather be reading. Oh, that game was awful, Brian. Are there anything EU that you're still looking at in your collection? No. The thing is, Vincent, I feel like I have it all, but I don't. I just found something. I can't wait. I'm going to review it next week. Something I just found. A friend of mine found it, and he told me about it, and I got it. It's a little children's book, but I never knew it existed. Never knew it existed. So can't wait to review it. Reviewing it next week. So every time you think you have it, you don't. I don't know what else is out there, Vincent. To me, I have everything, but there's always something, and that's the fun. That's the fun of the expanded universe. There's always something else out there. I found something new for 2020. Will I find something else? I don't know. I hope so. That's part of the adventure. Nah, my cough is I ran out of tea. Yeah, when I got that sore throat last week, it always happens. Yeah, I get a sore throat, then I get congestion. Always. I'm not so bad as I was a few days ago when Brian and I did the um, I Jedi debate. So it's getting better. Rob D, there is no definitive list of Star Wars RPG material. That's because there's so much unauthorized RPG material. Chris Nelson may have something. Now that I think about it, he really gets into the unknown RPG material. In fact, he probably has a lot of RPG material that I don't have. A lot of stuff. Of course, he lives by Noble Knight Games, so he can get it. He has an easier way of getting a hold of that kind of stuff. What do I think of the name Sheev? Oh, how awful, right? It didn't come out this year, Artie. It's just something I discovered this year. The one I'm talking about came out in 2011. I want to save it for the video. I want to surprise everyone. Not that it's that big of a deal. Do I collect Star Wars magazines? Yeah, I did. I have all the magazines before they switched to the new canon. Chris would probably have that RPG list. Yeah, he's very knowledgeable in RPG. If the EU had a board game, what company would I want to make it? Well, come on, Bernardo. Queen Games. I wouldn't mind Fantasy Flight doing it, to be honest. I guess it had to be Fantasy Flight, right? Do I think The Mandalorian final season? Yeah, those will come out in Blu-ray, I'm sure. People love them, so why not? I guess. All right. That's pretty good. We've gone over an hour. So anyway, hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining. Got a lot of what's going on tomorrow? Got a board game review. Got a lot of board games and I'm sitting on top of that I need to play. Unfortunately, everyone I know has COVID. I'm not even making that up now. Everyone has COVID. All my friends. Well, no, my cousin doesn't. So maybe my cousin doesn't play board games. But it's funny because he came up to me and said, "You're real." I mean, he came up to me and hugged me in the grocery store today. I was like, "You're real brave with everyone getting COVID." He went, "Oh, my test came back negative." I said, "Mine did too." So we laughed about it. Oh, excellent. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Exclusively Legends EU fan. I know, most respectful. Well, thank you. Thank you. You know what? To do the channel and everything has been real fun. And I mean, like I said, I just love, you guys are going to, as you know, I'm going to start going through the Young Jedi Knights. And I can't wait to hear what y'all have to say because I know Young Jedi Knights. And I never said this in the reviews. I meant to say this. I don't think I do. But to me, Young Jedi Knights was the second awakening for the EU. There are so many people who started with Young Jedi Knights that introduced them into the expanded universe. I never knew that until I started doing my channel. And so I know there's a lot of good people who have been looking forward to these, and I can't wait to review them and start on them. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll probably be at that for about 2 months because I decided to do each one individually because the books hold up themselves. And I try not to do many spoilers. Some of them had to be more vague than others. But, those are going to be fun. And just talking about the EU is just so much fun. So much fun. That and board games. So much fun. But, guys, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Stay safe. Stay safe, please. And I guess I will talk to you guys later. Have a good evening.